Hey guys, let's talk about the PSEI. Where is the broad market heading? Is it about to correct again, or will it now have a chance to actually push up? In this video, we will talk about that. Check this video out. Hi everyone, this is Marvin Germo. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, smash that bell so you get updated every time I create new content about the stock market. I create daily videos with one heart to help you so that you can win and trade the markets with confidence. Hi everyone, before I show you the charts in the middle of the video, I want to talk about the framework now on why the market isn't moving up. Please remember that we're still heavily dominated by foreign funds, foreign investors, that it's foreign investors, foreign funds buying higher that will cause our markets to go up. If foreigners don't buy, there won't be an expectation. There can't be an expectation for the markets to move up. It will be harder for funds, it will be harder for the market in general to push higher if you don't see investors willing to buy the market higher. And please remember that what's causing the market not to move up is what's happening based on the trade war. A lot of funds are in the sidelines, a lot of funds are in cash. So if a lot of funds are in cash, you can't really expect markets to push up. You have to remember that when markets are low, foreigners or funds, institutions want to buy lower. It allows them to buy cheap, but you can't expect it to go higher if no one is willing to buy it at a higher price. So that being said, we're seeing volumes not as high. We're seeing volumes at very low levels. And I'd want to see that push up higher first before we could see better conviction for the markets to move up as well. So one thing you need to watch out for is how the trade war develops, because at the end of the day, that's still the underlying theme that's preventing our markets from pushing up. Second is people are asking, is there something that you should be scared of on what's happening internally in our economy? Please remember, all of the fears from last year are all out already. Inflation, interest rates are down, the dollar isn't as high as where it was before. So all of the things, all of the internal fears that were there last year is no longer existing in the current 2019 economy. So it's just really external shocks. No, it's just really driven by what's happening on the global market. So if tensions outside decrease and you see a conviction from other funds, other institutions to start coming in and not be in cash and not be in the sidelines, that would bring markets higher. But the next thing that I'd like you to look at also are the 5 companies inside the index: BDO, AC, Ali, SM Prime, because they hold the keys on whether the market will push up and go higher, because they're 45% of the PSEI. If these 5 companies push up, it will somehow add pressure for the markets to go higher as well. So those are my 2 cents. So let's look at what the charts are telling us, because at the end of the day, everything you need to know is found on technical analysis. Everything you need to know can be spotted based on what the charts are telling us, because at the end of the day, it's technical analysis that will help you win without guessing, without forecasting, without speculating. So let's go with the charts. So now let's proceed and look at what the charts are telling us as well. Let's see where it will go. I started to mention it also in the top of this video that what happens to Ali, AC, SM Prime, and BDO will somehow affect where the index is going as well. So I just want to browse through them so at least you know their position. So you're seeing BDO start to break out already from the 153 level. So that's very good. That's very positive already for BDO, as well as it has somehow a narrative of pushing the index upward. And if you notice it also, let me try to clean this up first. This was a drawing that I did for my own personal stock analysis over the past few days. Now, if you notice, and I try to clean this up, you notice that all of this is predicated from the bounce of 136. All of this is predicated from the breakout of 149.95, and all of this is predicated from the 154 resistance level. So that being said, if you try to look at it, and I'll try to note it, that BDO is trying to push up on a certain trend. Now this is the upward push that it's trying to progress as well. Now this breakout from 154, 153.96 will somehow push BDO to this resistance level. So if BDO pushes up from 154 to 165, then we possibly have a shot of it to pull the index higher. Now let me show you AC. AC, as you see it here, is still relatively at the lower end of the range. No, it's as close as it can be to the support. The support is at 836, and we have a very strong moving average at the 915 level. So two things that I'd like you to watch out for AC. Number one is the breakout of this level. This is around 900, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then the breakout of this downtrend line as well. We can't really expect AC to move up and push up until it breaks out from those lines. So what we do know though as of this point in time is the 836 level. If it stays above the 836 level, then we may not see AC slide downward, but unless it breaks out of the 910 and 957, 58, 59 level, we can't really see it push up yet. So as what I've been mentioning, this has a great effect on how the index will possibly go up and move as well. Next, let's look at Ayala Land. Ayala Land, as you all know, is one of my favorite property companies as well. If you notice it, I drew a downtrend here, which started after it failing to go higher last July. So it started to push down, and I also placed the ranges. So there's a range here from 49 to this range. So this range was broken. After this range got broken, this is now the underlying range that Ayala Land started to push up. But there's something significant that happened today. Today this movement was strong enough to somehow let it break past this downtrend line. But in spite of it breaking past the downtrend line, it still must break the 49.75 level. So one of the things that I like to point out for Ali is if it does not break out for the 49.7, 49.8 level, we may just see it retrace and go back and retest the 46.8 level. But if it does, then it gives a narrative for the index to push up, because if this pushes up along with BDO, they can do a lot of pulling for the PSEI. So again, there are 30 stocks in the PSEI, 25 of them share the remaining 55%. The 5 large cap ones are the ones that heavily influence the index as well. So again, Pareto's law, we focus on the ones that heavily, massively can pull the index, because when they move, they have a large shot, a large narrative that, hey, when they move, the index can move as well. So Ali, AC, SM, BDO, let's look at SM Prime. Looking at SM Prime also, it's now at the resistance level. I'll try to put more indicators so that we have a layer of evidence on what it's looking. And if you notice it also, SM Prime is trying to somehow, for those who are big fans of cup and handles, it's trying to form its own cup and handle, with this area being the handle of the cup. But if it does not, it must clear the 39.45 level for it to massively move up. If it breaks past that and it clears that, target price for it will be here, as long as the 39.45 level will hold. So again, breakout from this can bring the PSEI much higher as well. The parameters, the moving averages, are showing that it's more bullish than where it was a few weeks and months ago. So among the 5 that I want to point out, BDO is doing well, Ali is doing well, and SM Prime is doing well. We are just seeing AC as a bit of a laggard in all of this. And lastly, let's look at SM. So SM, same thing. I'll try to put the 200-day moving average on. It's basically already bullish. Possible upside for this though, it's quite narrow already, because the next resistance is at the 1048 level. So it needs to clear that first before you could possibly see it move massively higher. So it's in a better position, but you have to note though, it's not yet breaking out. It's not like what's happening to the other stocks that I've mentioned earlier. The possible upside from where it was to the 1048 level is just 1.5%. So the upside is not as big, and we must really find evidence first that it breaks out from the 1048 level before we possibly see it push up and push higher for at least a short term. Please remember, I've mentioned it also at the top of the video that volume is not a strong. Value turnover just today is around 5 billion. it's somehow that's somehow relevant, but we want something to have a larger value turnover for it to be more convincing. Please remember this, it's very, very important to have a lot of people participate, because a lot of people participating adds a sense of legitimacy to the PSEI, adds a sense of legitimacy to what's happening. So I mentioned also on the top of the video that we need to see foreigners start to come in as well. So before I continue also talking about the index, guys, I just like to invite you to the next, I think I just have 3 events left under the Stock Smarts brand for the year. It's Singapore and it's next week already. So if you have any friends that think may benefit from this, I'd like to invite you or invite your friends to join us. It will be purely technical analysis and fundamental analysis. It's what's gonna allow you to trade the markets with confidence. Everything that I do here is what we're gonna share there and more as well. The same thing for Manila. Manila will be November 23, 24, then the last 2 weekends of the first 2 weekends of December. Then same thing, technical and fundamental analysis will be discussed during those sessions. And lastly, we will also have ICON 2019 Davao. It's not just me, it's Rex Mendoza, it's Carl D, it's Randall Chongson, it's Ramon King, it's Ana Quisha. Different people, different expertise, teaching you and guiding you on how you can trade the markets. Not just the markets, but how you can be an entrepreneur, how you can be an investor, and how you can really just use different asset classes so that you can become financially free. So I hope to see you guys there. The links are down below for those who want to know more about it. And I also have books for those who can't attend the live seminars. The books are also down below. I hope this is something that gives so much value to you as much as the videos. As much as I love giving value via videos, I hope the books and the seminars also take you higher into your goal of being financially free. Anyways, now let's look at the PSEI. Looking at the PSEI, you will see this. First things first. Number one, if I'll note this, there was a downward push for the PSEI which started last July. The downward push though is over already. With that downward push also, we've already seen it break from that level just a few weeks ago. So after that, one thing that it needed to clear was the 200-day moving average. It also did. It did it also just a few days ago. While that was happening, it's validated by the change in direction here, and it's validated by the MACD moving above zero. But one thing that I'd like to point out though is it really needs to break out of the 8,100 resistance level, because this is a level that it needs to massively break first. As you all know, this is a historical resistance. If I zoom out here, as you can see, it hasn't broken out from that. It broke out last July, but it did not hold, and it started to retrace downward. As you notice here, there's another resistance around here. Then you had this entire area preventing it from going up. Then if I zoom out again, you have this entire area making it a support level and a resistance level. That's why this is such a significant level. So that being said, if the 5 stocks that I mentioned start pushing higher, if the 5 stocks that I've mentioned also has some semblance of upside, then possibly it could break that. But if it doesn't, possible narrative is it just hits the resistance and it starts to retrace here. As it starts to retrace, possible narrative will hit the 7.9 level first. Then we could see if it has a chance to hold. If it has a chance to hold, then we could possibly see the PSEI start to attack this level again. But if it doesn't, you may see more downward corrections as well. That's the negative case scenario if the 8,100 level is not broken. So as you notice it, my style basically is I try as much as possible not to forecast. I try as much as possible not to guess, but we just base everything on what the charts are telling us as well. And if it breaks out of 8.1 though, now it has a shot again to go to its highest point this year, to around the 8,300 level. So don't worry guys, I'll keep you updated. But what I'm trying to say is over the next few days, this entire 8,100 level is something that you need to watch out for, because it could trigger either the movement upward of the PSEI, or it could also trigger a movement downward of the PSEI. So comment below, do you guys have Ali? Do you guys have AC? Comment Ali, AC, BDO, SM Prime if you have any of those stocks. Comment also PSEI if you're learning a lot from all of this, and then comment if you have other stocks that you would want me to mention or at least analyze, comment them below, and then I'll try to make another video off of them. Same goal, same heart. I just really want you to win. And for those who have been consuming my content in YouTube, I hope that this provides so much value to you, because at the end of the day, that's all I want. That's my whole narrative. It's just to help you win, because winning in the stock market is possible. So did you guys enjoy the video? I hope you guys learned a lot. Comment PSEI if you learned a lot. Comment technicals if you learned a lot as well. And I hope that this gave you enough insight so you can trade the markets with confidence. So my wife is here. Say hello. So we're just done. We're just gonna have dinner. So enjoy the video, guys. And I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys. And God bless you all.